All right, folks, change of pace time for this week because we're about to dive into something that sounds incredibly nerdy, but is actually a game changer for so many people. Zero-party data. I know, the name alone makes you want to fall asleep holding your phone like I do almost every night watching Netflix, but stick with me. For many, many years, marketers lived and died by third-party data. That's the stuff collected by other companies, data brokers, ad networks. They're tracking what you do online and stitching together a profile of your interests. It sounds like it could be helpful, and for some marketers, maybe it is. Except it's riddled with problems. It's often outdated, it lacks transparency, and honestly, most of the time it feels like guesswork. And did I mention it's basically going extinct? That's because laws like GDPR and CCPA and Google's decision to ultimately, maybe, potentially kill off the third-party cookie, the days of easy-peasy data scraping are numbered. Then came the rise of first-party data. This is the data that you collect yourself, like on your website, stuff like email signups and website clicks and purchase history. It's solid, it's reliable, and exclusive to your brand. But it's still based on what you observe, not what the consumer is outright telling you. You're playing detective, piecing together clues to figure out what they want. It's really good for some things, but what if you could just ask consumers directly? This is where zero-party data comes in. This is the holy grail of data because it's volunteered by your consumer. They're not leaving breadcrumbs for you to follow. They're handing out the whole freaking loaf of bread. They're telling you, I love basketball shoes, not running shoes, or I am shopping for a gift, not for myself. It's intentional, it's explicit and direct, and it's incredibly powerful. And with zero-party data, you're not guessing, you are responding. So let's be clear. Collecting this kind of data isn't as hard as it sounds, yet so few companies are doing it, and even fewer are doing it well. People will gladly share information with you if you make it worth their while. Give them a quiz, offer a discount. It's all the stuff that, the loyalty and engagement engines have been geared towards, but you could also just ask what content they want to see more of. Not only are you getting a gold mine of insights, but you're also building trust. They know exactly what data they're sharing and why. It's like the anti-creepy version of data collection. So why should you care? There are three big reasons. The first is trust and transparency. Consumers are more likely to engage with brands they trust, and zero-party data is all about openness. Number two is about personalization. When you know what your consumer wants, you can tailor their experience in a way that feels seamless and natural. And the third is planning, preparing for the future, future-proofing, whatever you want to call it. As these privacy regulations will continue to tighten and third-party data dies a slow, painful death, zero-party data is your ticket to staying relevant. So stay with me, because when you combine zero-party data and first-party data, you're unstoppable as a marketer. It's like assembling the ultimate dream team for your marketing strategy. You have a solid foundation of first-party insights and then the razor-sharp precision of zero-party data. You take them both together and they can help you target the right people with the right message at the right time, all the shit that everybody says all the time but never really is doing. Now, if you're thinking, great, but how do I even start? Well, here's where I can drop a little bit of a teaser, because platforms like Genuin, and I don't know really anyone else doing it like this, but they make it easier than ever to build your own branded communities, collect zero-party data at scale, and unlock entirely new media revenue streams all at once. But more on that later. Just remember, zero-party data is not just another buzzword. It's your golden ticket to building stronger, smarter, more sustainable relationships with your consumers. So next time someone throws around the term cookieless future, don't panic. Just smile and say, zero-party data's got me covered. Trust me, you'll look like the smartest person in the room. That's what I learned this week.